Well, today, as I said earlier, today is a yin session. So we have a fewer postures we'll do in our time frame, but we're going to hold some of the postures a little longer, and I will encourage you to dig, maybe not dig, but try to ease a little deeper into the posture. So we're going to start on our backs. Matter of fact, we're going to be on the mat the whole time. No standing postures for this one. So as you lie down, take the feet about hips width apart. We're going to give it about 10 breaths right here to try to let go of the day. You may have to tighten up the feet and then release the tension. Try to relax everything from the waist down on the mat. The stomach's relaxed. The breath, I do want you to engage your Ujjayi Pranayama breath. So the mouth is closed. We're breathing in and out through the nose. And I do want you to bring a little more air in as you expand the chest. And then as you exhale through the nose, pull that diaphragm up and in to push out a little more air than what you would normally do. Down to 5 deep breaths. Relaxing the arms, the fingers curl in. Try to set up our mindset for our session. 2 more deep breaths. And on that last one, let's begin. Bring the left knee up to the left shoulder, arms on top or behind the left knee. And we squeeze, slowly squeeze the knee in towards the left shoulder. Now, as always, find a happy point, or maybe not a happy point, but a decent point, and hold there. You can hold it for 2 breaths or 3, and then squeeze in a little more. Use the strength of your biceps to squeeze in a bit more and hold. Keep the right leg relaxed on the mat. Keep your head relaxed on the mat. Make sure that knee's off to the side, just a little bit. I don't want you to be directly over the rib cage on there. All right, we're squeezing in just a little more. A couple of more breaths here, we're looking good. You should feel a pinch in that left hip. I do. And release. Extend the left leg onto the mat. Bring the right leg up. Right knee to the right shoulder. Start to squeeze it in slowly. Stay connected with the breath. Deep inhalations. Push the air out through the nose. Hold tight. 2 more breaths right here. And release the right leg onto the mat. Bring the arms overhead. Full body stretch now. Point the toes. Reach the fingers back and just extend. Stretch. Reach. Groovy. And recover. Bring the knees into the chest. Arms on top or behind both knees. This is Apanasana. Squeeze both legs in towards the torso, and you can even rock a little bit left and right. Some figure 8, so that lower back works nicely. And from here, roll to the right and let's sit up. Dandasana, staff pose. So we're seated, legs extended in front. Go ahead and flex the feet so the toes come back at you here. Torso's nice and tall. The core is in, shoulders are up, back, and down. Groovy. From Dandasana, relax just a little. Walk the hands forward. I know this is like Paschimottanasana, but we're not going to grab the toes. Just walk your hands up where you can. They're flat on the mat or next to the shins or next to the ankles or maybe even beyond your feet. But the hands are flat on the mat. You're looking at your feet or what's beyond. Don't look at your knees. Don't look at your waistline. Just look forward. Feel that stretch. We're trying to keep a bit of a flat back here as we lean forward. Hands are on the mat. Just walk the fingers forward. That's it. Give me 2 more deep breaths. Sort of restricted here in the breathing, I know. Last breath in. And on your exhale, slowly pull the torso up. Hands next to the hips. Roll the shoulders up, back and down as we lift the heart towards the ceiling a bit. And recover. Okay, we're coming back down onto the mat for Supta Padangusthasana. Go ahead and grab your strap or your towel for this next posture. We'll start with the left leg. We're going to bring the left leg straight out. Now, you can use your peace fingers and grab your big toes and extend the leg. If you can do this while your head is relaxed on the mat, great. Now, if you can't do this without either lifting your head or straining to reach the toes or the ankle or the shin, don't sweat it. Use a strap. We like our tools like this. Straps, towels, a long sock, anything will do. Now, we're trying to keep that left leg nice and long. We're trying to let that foot eclipse the ceiling in front of us here. And as we did before with the knee, take your time, hold the posture for about 3 breaths or so, and then tighten up the biceps. Bring the leg slightly overhead. We're going to go deeper into the hamstring. You know what to do here. All right, hang in there. A couple of more breaths. Keep that right leg relaxed. Keep your core somewhat relaxed here. I don't want you to... The strain, the tension should be on the hamstring, should be on the shoulders and the biceps. Looking good. If your head is relaxed and you're looking directly up at the ceiling or the sky, wherever you happen to be, you should see your foot in between your face and the ceiling or the sky. If you're not there, don't worry. Keep working this. We're going to call this your homework posture. A couple of more breaths here. Keep it tight. As a matter of fact, tighten it up just a little bit. Don't cheat yourselves. Not here. Make it happen. Go a little deeper. So far, so good. 2 more breaths. And on that last breath, move the straps to the left hand and open up the leg to the left. So try to keep the right hip on the mat, or keep the right hip on the mat. I don't want you to roll to the left here. The right arm's relaxed on the mat. And if you have to decrease the angle of that left foot, that's fine. In other words, if you have to bring the feet closer together. Other than that, we'll get to the point to where if you look directly over your left shoulder, with time, your left foot will be aligned with your left shoulder. Don't laugh. I know some of you are already there. It's possible. All right, hang in there. We're here for a couple of breaths, please. Keep some tension on this as well. I don't want you to relax into this and start daydreaming. So keep the tension on that left arm, keeping that left leg. We're trying to increase the angle or keep the tension on it just to the point where we're just on the discomfort side. 3 more breaths, folks, right here. 3 more breaths. And on that last breath, bring the leg up. We're going to cross it over to the right side of the mat. This time you can roll the hips. We can stack the hips on this one. So the left hip comes off the mat, you roll slightly over. Try to keep that, you're on your right leg. I don't want you to roll all the way over now. So you should feel pretty decent here. Nice stretch in that glute rotator, hamstrings, and the quadricep as well. Nice stretch. Even in the low back, you should feel this. All right, 2 more breaths right here. This is a great counter pose. And recover. Let's switch legs, please. So if you're using a strap, feel free to put the other foot into the strap. Relax that left foot. And you can also check yourself out. Maybe you can reach the toes on this side. Don't sweat it. If you can't, just use your strap. You know what we're doing here. All right. Left leg's relaxed. Right leg, keep it as long, straight as you can. Keep the head relaxed on the mat. And let's keep some tension there. Don't hold off on one point. I need you to keep the tension in that hamstring. You may even feel it behind the knee. So far, so good. Yeah, if you need to massage the leg a bit. Hey, if you do get a cramp of any type, yeah, release the grip as soon as you can if you get a cramp. Couple more breaths, tighten it up just a little more. Maybe get that foot slightly further overhead than what you had before. I think we're doing good. 2 more breaths. And last breath, release the leg. Ease up a little bit and bring the leg down to the right side. If it touches the mat, great. If not, no big deal. I want you to keep that left hip on the mat. Don't lift up on the left hip. If you have to decrease the angle, fine. In my case, I'm going to release my toe, decrease the angle just a bit. I'm going to use my strap on this one, because I felt my left hip coming off of the mat. All right. Okay, tension still in that right leg, only at a slightly different angle now. Left leg is relaxed. Try not to lean or do that half moon torso roll to the right. Couple of breaths here as we hold the strap, hold our toes, hold the tension. 3 more breaths. Last breath in. And on the exhale, bring the leg up. Let's cross it over to the left side of the mat. And this time, of course, as before, you can stack the hips here. I'm feeling a really good twist in that low back on this one. So the torso and that left leg are still aligned. They're still in a straight line on the mat, but you can stack the hips. I don't feel this as much in my glute, but my lower back on this side. You may feel differently here. We're working it really nicely this evening. 2 more breaths, please, right here. Nice deep inhalations and exhalations. And recover. Bring the leg up. Go ahead and release the strap and bring your knees into your chest. That's right, Dandasana or Apanasana. Stand corrected. Squeeze the knees in. Rock a little bit left and right. Nice work, folks. Let's roll to the right and let's sit up for another version of our Paschimottanasana, where we're not going to grab the toes. You don't have to use a strap on this one. Let's start off in Dandasana. So we're seated, legs in front. Flex the feet so the toes are coming back at you. The heels are pushing towards the wall in front of you. Take your hands next to your knees. Walk the hands forward as you bring your torso closer to your legs. Now, I have no doubt some of you may well have your foreheads on your shins or your forehead right in between your shins at this point. If you do, awesome. The rest of us will get there with you in due course. Other than that, keep moving the hands forward on the mat. You may even have to get a grip on the mat. Don't bother grabbing the toes, as I said before. Keep the torso leaning forward. Keep your eyesight on your feet or what's beyond. Reach and breathe. Breathe some deep breaths in, or as deep as you can, because we have a lot of constriction right now in the lower abdominal region. Keep the breaths. 3 more breaths right here. Hold this posture. 1 more breath. And on your exhale, slide the hands back as we extend the torso. Great. Hands are next to the hips. Shoulders up, back and down. Lift the heart towards the ceiling. And recover. Thank you, Rain. Okay, we're going to do Konasana. So we're going to take the legs wide at this point. Now I'm going to go ahead and sit on the edge of my blanket. So I have a slight forward tilt in my pelvis. Helps me out a bit, and with my somewhat tight hips, helps out a little more. So you're more than welcome to do that. And if you're against the wall with this one, if you're facing the wall, even better. Go ahead and make that happen. just like being in the studio before, but you can do this at home as well. If you don't have a wall that you can sit in front of with your feet on the wall to help get that distance and that width, you're fine where you're at. All right, legs are wide. Now, go ahead and flex the feet. Yeah, let's keep the legs active. And once again, walk the hands forward. It doesn't matter how far you come, okay? Just walk the hands where you can. And as always, I know there's at least a couple of you who are laid out flat on the floor. Just do me a favor, don't go to sleep. We have a few more postures to do. All right, stay extended. And yeah, don't look at your waistline. Look forward. Don't want you to roll, don't want to roll the back, around the back as it were. So stay where you're at. You're doing pretty good. Hands are moving forward. Feet are still flexed. We're expending a lot of energy right now, I know. Couple of more breaths right here. 2 more breaths. And on your last breath, walk the hands up. Let's extend the torso nice and tall. Woo! Hands next to the hips again. Shoulders up, back, and down as we lift the heart towards the ceiling. And recover. Okay? Let's go to the side. Let's favor the right side this time. So we'll twist the torso towards the right leg and lean towards it. Now you don't have to do anything exceptional here. You can reach and grab the leg, lean in the torso. You can grab your toes. If you have a strap, you can also, if you just want to grab that foot, and you can with your hands, use a strap and bring your torso down over the right leg. The one big key here is the alignment. So I want the torso aligned to the best of your ability with the right leg. Now, for those of you that are intermediate or moving forward or have more flexibility, you can take your right hand and you're going to take it to the inside of that right leg and grab the inside of the right foot. Okay? And you're going to keep the torso twisting to the right. The left arm can come up and over, reaching for the toes. Now, it's not happening with me. You may be a lot closer. But we are twisting the torso a bit to the right. Go ahead and give it a shot. Even if you're somewhat there, you can make this happen. Feels a little different, and you're going to stretch a few areas that you probably haven't stretched in a while. We're here for 3 more breaths, folks. 3 more. Last breath. And recover slowly. Bring the torso up. Nice. Let's move right into the left side. We twist to the left, favoring that left leg, and lean forward. All right. Same thing here. If you can get a really nice spin on that leg, take your left hand on the inside, grabbing that left foot, and the right hand comes down. Now this time you're twisting the torso to the left, essentially getting the left side of your body on that left leg. Now, that's fine, but you can also just use a strap and lean forward. Go where you can, folks. It's yoga. It's your move. We've got 5 breaths right here. So keep the tension wherever you are. Hold the tension. Two more breaths. Last one. And recover. All right. Bring the torso up slowly. Ooh, nice. Hands next to the hips again, please. Roll the shoulders up and back. Take the heart up towards the ceiling. We get light in the seat. We might actually press our hands down onto the mat a little bit. And recover. Great. Bring the legs in, one at a time or together. I'm coming off the mat here. A simple seated twist. Simple seated twist. So legs extended out front. Let's twist to the right, please. Torso's tall as we look over. We've got a couple of twists in this session. All right, let's get one now. And come back to center. And we go to the left. Keep the torso tall as we look over the left shoulder. Nice. And come back to center. Quad pose. We're going to be on all 4s. So Blankets if you need them, please. All right, on quad pose, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Let's start with that left leg. Extend the left leg back. Left toes are on the mat. Push the left heel to the wall behind you and hold it. Keep the tension there. We're here for a few breaths. We're actually on the clock with this one. Keep the tension in that whole that left leg. Of course, let go of that tension if you get a cramp, but hold here and breathe. Almost there, folks. Looking good. One more breath. And recover, but bring the leg up. Okay, keep the left leg parallel to the floor. It doesn't have to be any higher. If it's a little higher, that's fine. Keep the hips square. You might feel as if you can see yourself in the mirror. You can feel that if you lift the left hip up higher, try to keep the hips parallel to the floor. All right, we're timing it this one. Keep the foot parallel and flex the left foot. So once again, pushing that heel towards the wall behind you. Those toes are curling up, coming at you. Keep the leg tight. As I said, we're timing it. We're more than halfway there. Hold it here and breathe. Keep your head neutral. Stare at a spot on the mat. Keep the arms extended. You don't have to keep any extra pressure there. Trying to focus in on, well, that left leg and the right hip. If you're like me, you're going to feel it. Hold here. 3 more breaths, please. Nice and deep, nice and steady. Last breath in and recover. Groovy. Let's keep going. Right leg extends. Toes are on the mat. Push the heel to the wall behind you. Keep the tension. Don't give up on this one. It's like that runner's sprint or that runner's takeoff there. So keep the tension. Yoga for the feet too, because we are working on the inner arches of that right foot at this point. Hold here. We've got 10 more seconds here. About 2 deep breaths here with that one. So we're pushing back a little bit with the hands. The palms of the hands are pushing into the mat. Hold. 1 more breath, please. And on your exhale, lean forward a bit. Lift the leg up. Flex the foot. And this is where we are. We've got 1 minute right here, folks. So the leg is parallel to the mat. If you bring it up a little higher, nothing wrong with that. You'll work that glute a little more, and that's fine. Okay, everything else, steady on. May not feel it in the shoulders yet. You're definitely going to feel it. Right hip, right quadricep, and maybe that left leg may start getting a little warm as well. Hold here and hold steady. If you have any issues with your wrist, you're more than welcome to come to your forearms, and we can do the same posture on our forearms. My focus here, folks, waist down, not so much your shoulders. So if your wrists are giving you fits, come onto your forearms. Lots of options for our session. We're almost there, folks. Looking good. Trying to keep the hips parallel to the floor, not trying to lift the right hip up. We don't want that. All right, 2 more breaths. And recover. Woo! Left leg. That's right, left leg, bring it up. Bend at the knee, open up at the hip. All right, we're here for 5 breaths. So think about that left knee, just lift a little higher. Keep that left foot coming over to the right side of the mat. Once again, if you're having issues with your wrist, come down onto your forearms. Other than that, keep the tension on that left leg, left knee, lift and breathe. Open the hips, and recover. Groovy. Left knee's down, right leg is up. Bend and open. Good. Looks good, folks. We're trying to keep the shoulders and the hips square to the front of the mat. We're trying to anyway. Think about the right knee and just lift it up a little higher. That's it. Lift it up. Head stays neutral. Stare at a spot a couple of inches or so in front of the fingers. Keep your core, keep that stomach in. That's right, we're working on the core. Not doing anything too active on the core for this session, but we always work on it a little bit, as you know. Nice. A couple of more breaths. We're there. 2 more. Last breath. And recover. Ooh, nice work. Child's pose. Big toes can be together, knees apart. I'll leave that up to you, but do keep your arms extended. Let's make this an active child's pose. Arms extended, hips pushing towards the heels. Keep your head relaxed in neutral position. Nice. You're pushing those armpits towards the mat. 2 breaths right here. Last breath in. And on your exhale, bring it up slowly. Oh, nice. Bharadvasana's twist. Okay, for Bharadvasana's twist, it's like the cheerleader's drop, as I like to say. So from all fours, come onto your right hip. Come onto your right hip onto the mat. Your left leg is folded behind you, and your right leg is in front of you, right foot on top of the left knee. Now, I'm going to sit on a block. For this posture, I prefer to sit on a block with my tight hips. It works a little easier. Okay. I like to call this that cheerleader's drop. You know who you are. All right. Now, furthermore, if you want to go deeper with this one, that right foot, feel free to bring that right foot up and bring it up as far as you can into your waistline. Furthermore, with that right foot up, you can use your right hand, bring it behind you, and try to grab your big right toes. You're using your peace fingers to your big right toes. Don't laugh. You can look it up later. For those of you that are hanging with me right here and now, twist to the right. Even if you're grabbing onto that foot, go ahead and twist your torso to the right. We're all leaning in the same direction. Try to keep the torso up as tall as you can, especially if that right arm, right hand is on the mat. Use it to keep the torso as tall as you can. I don't want you to lean too much towards the back of the mat. Twist. 1 more breath here. And on your exhale, recover. And we're going to switch sides. I'm just going to pivot right on this block. Bring the right leg back. Left foot goes on top of the right knee. Switch this block over a bit. Okay. And as always, same on the other side. You can bring this foot up. When I was younger, I used to be able to do this. So if you have the foot up, and if you can't, if it won't stay up, you can actually hold it with your right hand. This will work just as well as you do your twist. Or take that left hand, reach behind you, try to reach for the toes. All right, either way, let's twist to the left. So your torso, the bulk of the work is done in the torso. The head is along for the ride. I know I like to say that. I don't want you to injure your neck. That can be a sore spot for some of us. Let's not make it a caustic spot for us. All right, we're here for 2 more breaths. Keep it deep. As you exhale, maybe you get a little deeper into the twist. Last one. As you exhale, come back to center. Woo, nice. Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Now, you can sit with your legs extended in front of you. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'm going to stay on my block for this one. All right, for cow face pose, a strap or a towel is always helpful. This is the one where we reach up and behind our shoulder blades to grab our other hand. All right, let's start with the left leg. I'm going to bring my left leg under, and I'm going to bend my right leg on top. And yes, there are various ways, you may have done this in your own studio or in other places. If this is not going to work for you, adjust it as you need to, okay? Please adjust it as you need to. All right, if you can lay that right knee down on top, even better. Okay, so with the right leg on top, I'm going to take the left arm up. Left arm is up. Drop the left hand behind your shoulder, or in between your shoulder blades. The right hand comes behind you, and you're trying to grab your fingers. I'm not grabbing my fingers, so I'm going to grab my strap. And I'll take the strap behind me, and I can grab the strap with my right hand. Now, holding tension there, I'm trying to get that left elbow pointing towards the ceiling while I keep the torso nice and tall. This is Gomukhasana, also known as cow face pose. Don't ask me. The yogis, I don't know what they were doing when they named this one. Just go with it. It works. We're doing a lot of work here, a lot of multitasking in the body. 2 more breaths, folks. 2 more right here. Last breath in. And on your exhale, undo the arms, undo the legs. And we'll go right into the other side. So I'm going to take the right leg, take the right leg underneath, bring the left leg on top. Not as tight on this, well, not getting as deep on this side. All right, with the left leg on top, the right arm is up. Drop the right hand in between your shoulder blades. The left arm comes behind you. And I'm considerably closer on this side, grabbing my fingers. But I'm still not grabbing, so I'm using a strap. No problem. And I'm a little tighter, actually a whole lot tighter on this side. I feel it on my right knee. So like I said, if you're feeling it, and we haven't changed, folks. So scale of 1 to 10, where 1 feels great, 10 is horrible. When you reach 5.5, I need you to make an adjustment on your posture. Whatever's going to work for you, it takes to bring it down to like 5 or 4.5 or 4. Don't work yourself into a cramp. Don't work yourself into discomfort, well, pain. That's what we're doing. All right, 2 more breaths right here. You guys are looking good, right where you're at. 1 more breath. And release. Whew. Wow. We're coming down to our stomachs. Cobra pose is next. Cobra pose. So we're going to lie down on our stomachs. Hands underneath the shoulders. Big toes together. Feet are flat. Elbows are tucked into the sides. Baby cobra or Bhujangasana. Lift your chin and chest. It's all about your back here. So for this first one, no pressure on the hands. You should be able to take the hands off the mat. Keep the elbows tucked in. You're looking straight down at the mat. Good, and breathe. It's all about the back here. We are here for 10 more seconds. Give me 2 deep breaths with this. Last one. And on the exhale, recover slowly. Just your chin to the mat. Completely relax right there. 2 breaths. All right, number 2. Press down, lift up. This time, add pressure on your hands against the mat. Keep the elbows tucked in. For our cobra pose, we come up a little higher. Steady on, keep that head neutral as you look down at the mat where your nose would be on the mat. We're here for 10 more seconds. Give you 2 deep breaths. And recover. Nice work. From here, push up to all 4s, child's pose. So now your choice early on, arms extended, arms folded, or to your sides. I'll leave it up to you. Let's give yourselves 5 breaths right here to relax completely onto the mat. Try to hold no tension in the body. There will be some natural areas of tension. You may feel it in your knees, maybe the hips, maybe the low back, because we're extending the torso in this one, extending that spinal column. This is why it's a great posture after we do a back compression, such as Cobra. Nice. And we bring it up to all 4s. Ooh. From all 4s, it's called frog. All right. For this one, just from all 4s, just take the knees out, take the knees out, take the knees out, flex the feet to either side, and you can come down to your forearms, but keep the knees coming out. This is the one where I told you if you have a body pillow or a big pillow you can use, it works great to help support the torso as you bring the legs open. Yep, this is frog pose. I know, it's nobody's favorite pose, but it really does do well to help the pelvic girdle. It really does. All right, hang in there. And for those of you that are just sitting back with a glass of wine, watching everybody else, but you know who you are. No names, but you know who you are. We're not going to be here that long. Just give it a couple more breaths. You're doing good.
If you're not on the body pillow, are you supporting your body up then?
Oh, yeah, because I'm not coming all the way down to the mat.
Okay.
I'm not coming all the way down to the floor. So my knees are apart pretty nicely here, but my pelvis is not on the mat yet. So I think, that's why when I have the option of using a pillow or a bolster in a studio, I love using it. Gives you a chance to relax a bit into the posture. Other than that, we're somewhat paranoid about, ripping something when the knees is fly open. Just saying. Okay, that wasn't a good analogy, but you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, 2 more breaths. Yeah, I don't think we'll package this one. I don't think I'll take this one on for the YouTube channel. Yeah. Rain's looking at me. Okay, folks, how do you come out of frog? Not picky. Anyway, you can just lean forward and just collapse. Make your way up to all fours and just stretch out those legs however you need to here. Whatever you need to do to recover from frog pose works great. Hey, we'll meet on our backs. Meet on our backs. Bridge pose. Satya Bandhasana is next. We've got 2 sets of bridge as we wind down this session. So as we lie down, the legs are bent, heels are close to the hips, hands down next to the feet. Okay. All right, let's do this one in the newer method that I prefer. This is a subtle movement here, okay? So from this posture, we're gonna roll the hips off the mat. It's like a pelvic tilt. So the hips only come off the mat just a couple of inches. And that's it. Your core is engaged. It's supporting that lower back. Now let's lift the toes off the mat. The toes are lifted, the heels are driving into the mat. And if you don't believe me, when I say that all the muscles in your legs are engaged, go ahead, feel yourself. Yeah, I'm not putting this on YouTube. You can, hit the glutes, hit your quads, every muscle in your leg. All the muscles in your legs are engaged at this point. Press up, hold here, keep that head neutral, and recover slowly. 1 vertebra at a time, bring the pelvis down. Ooh, nice, we've got 1 more. I'm bringing my heels in a little closer here. All right, we'll open up the door on this one. You can do the same one or just push that pelvis up as high as you can. Here we go, number 2, either pelvic tilt, roll the hips up, or go ahead and press the pelvis up as far as you can. You can clasp your hands underneath your belt if you like. You can reach out and grab your ankles or grab your heels. That chin gets a little closer to the chest. Keep the feet and the knees roughly the same distance apart, okay? Press up, breathe. We have 3 breaths right here, 3 deep breaths. Last breath in. And recover slowly as we roll down 1 vertebra at a time. And windshield wipe the knees left and right. Windshield wipe the knees left and right. Nice work, folks. From here, Jatara Pradiviti. Just go ahead and drop your knees to the left. If you're already down on the right, that's fine as well. If your knees are dropped to one side, if you want to tighten up this twist, you can take the top leg, keep the top leg out, or cross the top leg over the bottom leg. That will tighten the twist. And I want you to look opposite of where your knees are. Now, if that gives you any issues with the neck, just keep your head neutral. Okay, your Ujjayi Pranayama breath, disengage. I want you to breathe right here. You can actually exhale a few times through the mouth, that's fine. Try to release what tension from areas that are not active per se, like right here, it's going to be your lower back and possibly that top leg. Anything else you may be able to relax. We are twisting the spinal column in 2 directions. This is a great posture to end your day and to begin your day. From here, lift 1 knee or untwist and let's move to the other side. Bring the legs up, bring the legs down. Go deeper if you'd like to, please. Taking the leg out or crossing the leg over the bottom one and looking opposite of your knees. This isn't just working deep on that spinal column, but also your abdominal organs are also getting a good massage action from this. Give me 3 breaths right here. Your eyes are soft already or closed. One more breath here, nice and easy. As you bring the knees up, uncross, bring the knees into the chest one last time. This is Apanasana. Any other postures you'd like to do at this point, you're more than welcome to do so. Other than that, extend the legs onto the mat. Take the feet just wider, just a little wider than hips width apart. Arms are relaxed. Fingers are curling in as the backs of the hands are on the mat. Feel your elbows connecting to the mat, to the floor. Your arms are relaxed. No tension in the shoulders. No tension in the eyebrows, around the mouth, around your chin. You're relaxing all the tension around the neck, chest. The stomach sinks into the body a little deeper. Your legs are relaxed. No tension in the thighs. No issues with the knees. You feel your calves connect to the floor. Five relaxed breaths right here. Count down on your breaths if you need to. As we successfully unplug from the world around us. And with that last decent breath, start to move the hands, the fingers, the toes, the feet. Bring the arms up to the ceiling or overhead. And recover. Bring the knees in softly. Roll to the right. Let's come up to a comfortable seated posture. Your eyes remain soft or closed as you come up. With a deep inhalation, bring the arms up and overhead. Palms come together. Exhale the breath as the hands come down past your third eye to your heart center. On your continuing journey, remember always to remain kind, remain gentle, and always remember to stay fearless. Thank you, folks, for a great session today. Thank you, and namaste.